Hello and welcome to our information session recording. This is a recording for the Masters of Education in Early Childhood Education online program. And the day we presented this information session was on September 27th, 2021. I would like to begin this recording of the session with a land acknowledgement that UBC is situated in the ancestral, unceded, and traditional lands of the Musqueam peoples and share with the Tsleil-Waututh and Squamish peoples, where I am situated for work and for living. Without further ado, we want to go ahead with the introduction for today's program with myself, Dr. Mari Pighini. I'm the cohort advisor for the early childhood online cohorts in Masters for Early Childhood Education programs, and with Yvette Karuba, Senior Program Assistant with Early Childhood Programs at pdce at UBC. For today, in addition to a warm welcome to you all wherever you are listening to this session, we would like to mention that in our session, Dr. Lori Ford was present together with Vicki Domansky, the Early Childhood Graduate Academic Assistant. And for this recording, I will proceed with the details of program overview, and then in a different recording, you will see the admission requirements, financials, and tuition, and I will finish my session with additional program information, questions, and answers. You will also see that we have a frequently asked questions page that you will be able to access through the website. In terms of program overview for our Masters in Early Childhood Education online cohorts, we want to stress that this is a professional master's program that has been created and designed to support early childhood professionals, as we really would like to make this program one that broadens your current knowledge in ECE and related topics. And this is by bringing together research, theory, and practices that integrate and coordinate to provide you with this experience and opportunities. The courses are asynchronous, which means that students read and complete their assignments on their own time, and this is for students' ease of access, and of course following up the UBC calendar and the course-specific calendar. The courses are aimed to integrate content that also speaks to Indigenous ways of learning and knowing, and this is a commitment we have to gradually integrate more of this content in our program courses. We recognize that early childhood educators come from a very diverse background and perspectives. So our program covers, first of all, from birth to age 8, so around the primary years, all the way from infancy to the primary years, and that interested professionals will be those working in preschool, childcare, schools, NGOs, government programs, and other related community programs. So we welcome programs from related disciplines and not only education, meaning in the social sciences or humanities. With regards to the masters, we have included here some quotes from applicants who were interested in applying to this program because of different motivations. Some of them were really focusing more on enhancing their learning about social and emotional development in children, and learning about what are barriers to learning. Others with the Reggio Emilia inspired traditions coming from the Reggio Emilia framework, others as parents and caregivers wanting to support their children, and others simply trying to integrate perspectives from different political and social contexts, and how children fare through all of these different environments and situations. So with regards to the program, we describe it as a 2.5 academic year cohort-based program that is offered online, and it is a part-time program. I will go over why is it a part-time program very, very soon. The program begins September for the year first, or the year one, or the first year, and it goes to April on the third year. And I will explain why we talk about 2.5 years and then year 1, 2, 3. It's a multidisciplinary program in early childhood education because courses are housed in early childhood programs. That's ECED, but we other have other early childhood related courses in different departments like educational counseling, psychology and special education, teacher education program, and language and literacy in education. In terms of the program offering, this is a cohort-based program because students take the required courses together, or the core courses together, and they follow a pre-established sequence. And you can go to this link here to see, what is the sequence of courses. I will also briefly go over them very, very soon. And students then take one required course per term. There's 2 terms where students also add an elective to each term. So there's 2 terms in the program where students will most likely have two courses at the same time. The core courses have been designed and written online specifically for this program, and they represent 24 credits, and the electives that are chosen in consultation with the cohort advisor are 6 credits, and there is no thesis. This is a professional master's program with an e-portfolio graduating project. So when students complete this program, it's 30 credits, where again you have 24 credits for the core courses and the 6 credits for electives, as I just mentioned. And these electives are chosen from this pool of approved courses, whereas the 8 core courses are already in your program, and you're actually registered each term by our senior program assistant, Yvette Karubi. The degree you obtain is a master's in early childhood education degree, which is exactly the same for students who graduate in this online program as it is for students who have taken the on-campus parallel program, meaning that the certificate doesn't say online in it. This is a quote from a recent graduate where it was so important for her to complete the program, and in terms of her feeling of supporting future generations of children. The sequence of courses for this program are as follows. Beginning on September 2022, Year 1 includes Research Methodology in Education for the first term, Winter 1. For Winter 2, 508, which is Review of Research in Early Childhood Education, and Summer, which spans May through August, ECD 530, Early Childhood Education, Development Intervention, and Inclusion in Early Childhood Education. So the first year includes the 3 terms, September through August, beginning again the second year in September for an advanced seminar on early research in early childhood education, sociocultural perspectives on early childhood education, and followed by LLED 556, theory and research in early literacy, and 531, supporting young children's social and emotional development in early childhood education. and that's the completion of your second year, to begin then your last half year. This is why it's 2.5 academic years with only 2 terms. The first one in September, that's 2024, advanced seminar on leadership and policy in early childhood education. The program is completed with the ECD 590 course, which is a graduating e-portfolio, and that's winter term 2, January to April, looking at May convocation. I took the image out for this slide so that all of the courses could be previewed. Program. Elaborating a bit more on the elective courses that we mentioned, you can go to the link provided here and see the schedule where they are office, and make sure that you follow on the elective criteria and what are the requirements. For some of you, if you live around campus or you have the opportunity to spend some time in Vancouver or you are in the lower mainland, you may also have options to take graduate courses on campus as an elective during winter 1 or 2 or summer 1, 2 in consultation with the cohort advisor. And we recommend students to take electives following their first, 2 required courses. So this is some of the, it represents some of the quotes that graduate students have said about the program, their experiences, even this is an asynchronous program, how it's really designed to be experienced as a relational type of learning where we create communities of practice through the discussion boards, interacting in opportunities to meet together through assignments online, and with group work, and the fact that the interests grow and change over time. That small group presence is very, very important, and the enjoyment from the readings and from just learning new materials. So these are all students who have graduated already. Something that students or applicants ask frequently is what opportunities are there following graduation. And yes, there are several opportunities, including your advancing to senior administrative professional, consultation, program coordination, supervisory roles. Some of you who like to teach also in post-secondary institutions like colleges and university undergraduate courses. If you're a teacher in BC with a school system, then you can apply to the teacher qualification services, and this will provide a salary advance for elementary education students. It puts you in a different category. And for out-of-province students, you may want to check with your local agencies. And we have very, satisfying quotes from students who have found their ideal job or have been able to apply to a senior position as they really wanted to do so. So this is the basic program information. You will also be learning from Yvette's recording, Yvette Carubes recording the details about admission, application, and financial requirements for tuition payment, but I would like to add a little bit of additional program information. One of them is your access to courses that are offered elsewhere in Canada, and they are offered through universities that are signatories to the Western Dean's Agreement. So that means that you may take, as part of your electives, courses through this program, and we will be here to support you. There's no additional payment, as you will learn from Yvette's slides. These payments are done in installments, which means that if a course is pre-approved to be taken as an elective in another university, then you only pay UBC your installment. You don't pay twice. Um, there's information about this Western Dean's Agreement that will be posted in the EC22 page once you're accepted. And there's also the opportunity to transfer credits, up to 6 credits from courses that you did not use for your application for the master's program, and these courses have some requirements before they can be approved towards being transferred as elective to this program. So for those students who meet this criteria, the great thing is that they will take then the core courses and they will not need the electives, or maybe one of the 2 electives, but this needs to follow a process. So there's information here about the Western Dean's Agreement, what are approved universities where you can look into that. And just a quote from a student who took something related, not directly related to early childhood program. She made it so with permission for this elective, and it was an art course. And it really opened her perspective on her work in early childhood education. I also wanted to share some links because we talked about the approved electives, and many of them are offered online at a 300 or 400 levels that are pre-approved. They are percentage based, and they don't necessarily need to be within early childhood programs. As you can see, there's opportunity if you're interested in an elective in adult education or counseling psychology, special education, home economics, language and literacy, or teacher librarianship. There's even other options in different departments that may not be available online, and they will need the cohort advisor's approval. It is important that you know that when you are accepted to this online program, there is support provided to you, because studying online can be a bit isolating if you do the whole program. So creating a community of learners and forming your own communities of practice is important, and knowing that you have behind you academic support, from your instructors and from the cohort advisor in terms of the program content and sequencing and different aspects that may come through. That there's also academic follow-up from the graduate academic assistant, and of course working in coordination with the program director. And there's also online logistics and administrative support through, again, PDCE, which is a professional development community engagement unit that sustains our program, and with Yvette Karuba here with our cohort senior program assistant, and the educational technology support team, so ETS, or Educational Technology Services, and UBCIT for any other difficulties. As well, we want to remind you that if you are thinking about a whole program online, you will need access to Wi-Fi and or internet high speed or data that supports you, and that Canvas, which is a platform that we use, it's a Java platform, so you would have to make sure that you have all of those systems in place. I always say, while you can take Zoom calls and do a little bit on your phone or Android or tablets, it is more solid to work from a laptop or workstation and have like a very good structure of saving your work in there and not losing formatting, for example. That's a huge one, or content. So I'm sure that you will have questions following this session, and so we're very, very happy to respond to your questions via email or a phone call or a Zoom meeting. And in this session we had the chat box, but we will not have it because it's a recorded session. And we also wanted to note again what I mentioned at the beginning, that we have a list of frequently asked questions, and these are some of them that I post right here that may occur to you, but we will have these on a page with answers that, they may provide those initial responses that you need before you apply. And if you don't find the responses or you're still unsure, please don't hesitate to email me for questions regarding the program content and academic related questions about your application. Or you can phone me at this number, 827-5513, area code 604. For program information regarding more the logistics of applications and admissions, Yvette Karube at yvette.karube@ubc.ca is the person to contact, and we keep close communication. So we do look forward to your comments, questions, and queries. And remember that applications deadline is December 1st, and Yvette Karube will have more information about all the deadlines. So thank you very, very much, and we look forward to hearing from you.